this all kind of resurfaced. This whole beef thing kind of resurfaced when um this lawsuit has recently been filed against Diddy, right? And when the lawsuit was filed against Diddy, what happened was it resurfaced a lot of the different wounds and the issues and stuff like that because Meek Mill started tweeting. Now, apparently Meek Mill got a new album or a mixtape that's coming out. I just call them all albums because they all the same, bro. It's a body of work. They looking to put it on iTunes and Spotify and all of this stuff, and they're willing to do whatever it takes in order to sell an album, right? And part of me also believes that a lot of this stuff be cap or it be, a rollout or it's to get promotion, but then the stuff be going so south that I got to think that it's real. But basically, this guy that was suing Diddy is basically saying that Diddy is gay. And then it named a bunch of other people in the lawsuit, like a Philly rapper that used to date Nicki Minaj, and then it named Usher. And so it just kind of restarted this whole Diddy firestorm because of the people that's associated with Diddy, which I don't necessarily believe that, but then Meek Mill always seems to be handling it wrong. So as a result, a video started to resurface of Meek Mill doing this whole bunny hop thing, right? And so it became a thing again.
Oh, it's in! Oh! Why are you doing bunny hops, Meek? Because you got your ass beat in tennis. You got your ass beat. Keep going. Count out loud.
That's the wrong time, nigga.
Count out loud.
30.
Can't, huh?
6, 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42.
Keep going. Keep going.
7, 8, 9, 1, 2.
Keep going. Keep going. Don't cheat on your bunny hops. They suck. Your bunny hops suck. You got 250 more to go.
That's crazy. Hold on. Let me just say this, bro. Humiliation tactics is real. Humiliation tactics are real. And the fact that Meek is out here doing bunny hops for billionaires is crazy. Now, let me say this. At one point, hanging out with billionaires was supposed to be a thing, right? Like the fact that billionaires, they can get you out of jail and all of this stuff. That's a thing. And DJ Akademiks and Meek Mill has had a beef for a very long time, where they had beef, and then they allegedly had called a truce to where, okay, we're not gonna beef no more because I had beef for a very long time. And this was back at the time that Meek was supposed to be going back and forth with Drake, but then that played out, and then allegedly 21 Savage is the person that brokered the truce between Meek Mill and DJ Akademiks. When everybody started reporting on what was being alleged in the lawsuit from the person that's suing Diddy, and then he named Meek Mill, basically without naming Meek Mill, DJ Akademiks did his job and he reported on it. Then it started another beef, which is kind of like the situation where it's the person that laughed that they start going after. They don't go after the dude that reported it. They don't go after the dude that sent the lawsuit. They start going after the person that laughed, right? So then Meek Mill started threatening DJ Akademiks again, which then re-sparked the beef between both of them. That's now starting to spiral out of control between DJ Akademiks and Meek Mill. So Meek has been Twitter fingers, which is so weird to me. You dudes are so weird. But anyways, let me show y'all some of this. So Akademiks is partially responsible for sparking speculation that Meek is a redacted name in a lawsuit against Diddy, let me shoot Akademiks some bail. You can't say that he's partially responsible because the person that's responsible is the person that filed the lawsuit, because there's only one person that you can think of that's a major rapper from Philadelphia that dated Nicki Minaj. So because DJ Akademiks reported on it, and this is why I don't be wanting nobody in the fucking... I don't be wanting to be cool with nobody, because it's hard to be cool with people and still do your job objectively without people getting offended that you just doing your job. So if I report on it and I say, oh man, they must be talking about Meek Mill, I'm saying the shit out loud that everybody else knows. is being alleged. It don't make it true, but you just reporting the news. And DJ Academics is kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place because he can't really do his job as effectively as he's supposed to be able to do his job, considering that he has all of these industry ties and people get butthurt over the fact that he has so much influence within hip hop culture. But anyways, he went on to say that, in a redacted name, whatever, blah, 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 blah. It said in the lawsuit that basically, there's a Philly rapper that was dating Nicki Minaj. And then it just went fucking crazy from there. So DJ Academics then posted, nigga, when you talk about asking for my address online, you talking about death games. You must think you invincible. You don't talk about pulling up the street niggas' homes because you ain't on that with them. So don't be talking about that with me. So basically it started being some doxing shit, right? And Meek Mill was like, I'll die to shut you down. Now, what did I just say earlier when I was having this conversation about people not being able to be objective? Because let's be clear. If anything was ever to happen to DJ Academics, Meek Mill will be the first person that they look at, number one. So if you ever did something to him, it's a strong possibility that you would be right back in a position that everybody protested for you to get out of jail for in the first place. But because somebody else alleged something against you, now you want to dox and say that you'll find out where DJ Academics lives and pull up on his house. Shit is reckless to me, all right? Goes on to say, DJ Academic says on X, formerly known as Twitter, Meek don't talk to no nigga from Philly like how he try to talk to me. That's because everybody think that Ak is sweet. That's why you can't respect him. He bunny hop for the white man, act like he above niggas who from his own city, but got killer energy for a blogger. Nigga, we stop believing you. Then Meek says, outside that podcast every day, as soon as I get back, I'ma show you who I am. Dummy threats. Ak goes on to say, go to page 13, your name is redacted, but you explain as a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj. Meek then says, I'ma treat you exactly to the effects of you influencing, I'm gay and I have 3 sons, I'm getting your addy now, I'm coming. And then DJ Academics basically said, listen, my addy is on Google and you still tweeting. And Meek says, say less, and that podcast. DJ Academics goes on to say, nigga, we over talking. You been threatening and tweeting for 8 years. Say less, because at this point, I don't believe shit you saying. Me goes on to say, I'ma just beat you up, light shit. Don't make it a threat. You working under these white men to destroy black men. I'ma take that for the hit. I'ma take the hit for it, and I'ma give you a chance to put your hands up. Dog, hold on. Has anybody ever seen me fighting? Has anybody ever seen Meek fight? This was 8 years ago in Meek Mill. All right, so I don't think we really tripping off of Meek boxing. I don't think that we worried about getting beat up. I'm assuming that he was just talking about. I'm assuming that he was just talking about like he'll get him beat up or something like that. But I don't think that anybody is worried about Meek boxing. All right. But anyways, neither here nor there. Ultimately, Twitter fingers going back and forth. I usually don't believe people that be doing all of the Twitter finger shit. It doesn't make sense. The way I'm talking to Meek is when you realize this facade of being some ultra superhero is gangster and a bunch of bullshit. Nigga cried over sitting in 6 months in jail for popping a willie, but you want me to believe he's so gangster he finna ask the whole internet for my address. Front his move about what he finna do, then do it. Nigga, please find someone to play with Freak Mill, I promise you put no fear in my heart. Oh, they going back and forth for real. All right. So, anyways, DJ Akademiks apparently covered this whole thing, and I'm gonna just try to find a little bit of it and try to play a little bit of it. But DJ Akademiks did a whole live stream on Meek Mill, and I heard that it was pretty crazy. So I'm gonna see if I can pull that up for y'all real quick, and then we gonna go from there. I genuinely just don't. To Akademiks' credit and to his against him, let me say this also. I think that Ak didn't do anything wrong or didn't do anything different from what he was supposed to do as far as reporting the news. But then at the same time, I also am going to say Ak got to stop doing this tough shit, and everybody need to stop doing this tough shit. Talking about pull up, no, don't pull up on me, man. Don't pull up on nothing that I got going on. Just leave me alone and stay out of it. And I don't believe Meek either because, bro, you can't keep tweeting about something and threatening people because if you really gonna do something, then you're not gonna say nothing. You just gonna do whatever you gonna do. But let me see what Ak was saying.
Talking about. You gonna be the first rapper. I'm gonna make sure you got to prove it. It's fine. Ain't nothing ever happened to me before. Meek gonna have to be the first. I swear. He gonna have to be the first. Or else we not finna believe you, my nigga. I told you I stopped believing you. Matter of fact, let's go live. We on every platform right about now. Here we go. He think I ain't never hear this nigga talk this gangster to nobody. Boy, you almost got kicked out of Master's house when you try to fire on Travis Scott, but Michael Rubin told you better be a good old boy and apologize to that nigga, boy. You ran over there and apologized to that nigga Travis Scott, nigga, because you was drunk, nigga, off some perks. Now you super gangster with me because I don't know no white man that could tell you to stop? Talking about the governor told you. Nigga, what are you talking about? What is Meek talking about? Talking about, oh, when I get back, I'm going to be in front of Meek. You not about to be in front of nothing. Don't come to my, listen, Meek, matter of fact, you're invited to my house. You, don't come with nobody else. Anybody else on my property, we'll handle accordingly. You're allowed. You come on my property, and whatever you think you finna do, don't do when I ain't here. Do it when I'm here.
How old is Akademiks? Let me see something. Akademiks is 32. That's around the age that you want to stop with all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want nobody to come to my house. I just want peace. I just want peace. I don't want no problems. I just want peace, bro.
But I know the gangster's trick with this. You know what the gangster's trick is? He's here to trick the black man. This is why I can't respect you gangster niggas. Y'all niggas like, over time, y'all whole gangster image eroded. You see, once we met niggas like King Von and shit like that, we realized that's what a real gangster is. Anytime he had problems, he handled it. Niggas like you always got an excuse. Yo, I can't wait to see 6ix9ine. I'm gonna make an example. You see 6ix9ine, yo, he the police. He trying to trick me off the streets. Nigga, which is it? Are you an activist? You a killer? You start tweeting all that shit about me just because you ain't think I was gonna say, bitch, my address is public. It's on Google. When are you gonna pull up? And don't pull up and be like, hey, I'm pissing on his mailbox, y'all. Bro, the only time you should be taking out your dick freak millies for when you with motherfucking Diddy, nigga. That's kind of funny. But let's get back to the origin of things. Let me just calm myself down. I'm going to be honest with you. I came on with a lot of energy. I'm going to tell you why. Because y'all might be like, Ak, why are you talking like that? If y'all going to co-sign anybody, you gotta realize everybody got families. Everybody got situations. Meek got online and said, send me his address. I'm pulling up to his house to shoot a music video and I'm going to piss on his steps. Y'all should know already, with everything I've been through, I don't take those words lightly. You're playing with your own health. And you're playing with the health of mine. I'm not into that.
Yeah.
Boy, you mad because niggas said you sucked a cock? That ain't my concern. But you gotta watch how you throwing threats around. But let me tell you something about Meek Mill. Meek Mill think he's invincible. I talk to all these rappers that are cool with him. They're all scared of him. I don't know why it is. He's gonna have to show me why they're scared of him. Because every time I talk to them, they all admit to me in privacy, yeah, he's stupid as fuck. But, it's Meek. Like, why don't you just tell him he's wrong? Nobody want to tell him that. So he gonna have to prove to me. It's the first time I'm at the cross point in my life, in my career, with the rapper. I need him to prove to me. And when he proves to me, I'm gonna be like, yo, y'all, he was right. But until then, man, I'm not listening to no nigga who went to jail for a wheelie and cried for 6 months. I got him crying like 2 months ago, talking about how some white nigga saved his life. Him and bunny hopping for all these weirdo niggas. He talking about he buying, vibrating panties and dildos, and then talking about the Atlanta life is so freaky, but then he mad because another nigga accused him of doing gay shit. Nigga, you gotta explain yourself. That ain't me. So let's talk, Meek.
And he's absolutely right, bro. DJ Akademiks is like, unfortunately, DJ Akademiks is like the guy that everybody get mad at, laughed at the person that accused, but they don't actually go after the person that accused you. And I don't think that Meek Mill can win this. Unfortunately, what a lot of people don't realize is that DJ Akademiks has a bigger reach and a greater platform and more fans, in my opinion, than a Meek Mill. Because Meek Mill's superpower is selling albums and freestyling. And DJ Akademiks' superpower is being able to say whatever the fuck he want to do, and people is going to tune in whether he crashing out or whether or not he's absolutely right. But the one thing that you can't say is that DJ Akademiks is not entertaining. He is incredibly entertaining, and that's why you cannot win. You cannot beat DJ Akademiks because he is very, very, very entertaining. Whether you agree with him or not, whether you like him or not, you got to give him his props. You cannot beat a vlogger. A rapper cannot beat a vlogger because as long as it takes you to write that fucking 3-minute to 4-minute freestyle, we could do a whole live stream on you for the next 3 hours and destroy everything that you ever existed on because you can't even communicate effectively without saying it in a freestyle. I agree, Brave Dave. You said it's 2020. It ain't 2012. Nobody care about Meek Mill. Honestly, everything that Meek has dropped recently outside of the championship album is fucking mid. Because these niggas ain't actually working. They not actually putting out content based off of what they successful at. You know what I'm saying? It's like Meek is stepping into Akademiks' arena by with all of this Twitter finger shit and going back and forth. You can't beat a nigga on his turf. That's like Akademiks trying to step into the rap arena and battle him on some rap stuff. He would never be able to beat him on that turf. But he just got roped in the same way that Drake roped him in with Back to Back. It's the same way that Meek is getting roped in with Akademiks. He falling for the same okie doke over and over and over again. Look, Arturo said, I don't even know who Meek is. That's crazy. That's crazy.
The music ain't finna sell. I don't care what type of issue you got with me. Meek, let me tell you this. I talked to Atlantic. I've been getting a 6-figure check off them for a long time.
Jesus.
They dropped you. I know. They said you were ass. They said you were trash. You were irrelevant to the current climate.
What John Doyle says, and why don't vloggers run the culture over rappers? They do. They do. Absolutely they do. If you telling me that Meek is more relevant than Akademiks, you fucking crazy, bro. You crazy. They do. Vloggers are more important. Listen, everybody trying to do what the fuck we doing. Vloggers are much more important than rappers. That's a fact. I put that on everything. Listen, when you see these rappers, they going over to the Aiden Ross's streams. They going over to talk to Aiden Ross. Now, of course, you're going to have the Drakes and, people like that in the futures, right? But those is one of a kind. Look, vloggers, when the rapper's career is over, we still going to be here. We still going to be here. And we are the ones that determine what's happening. Listen, man. All you can do is diss a nigga on a record. And you hope to get your streams up. And you gotta go on tour and do a bunch of shows. I could sit here right in my penthouse and fucking talk about you all fucking day, and I will make you mad. I will destroy you.
Climate of music. You have been
Meek is more relevant than Akademiks? Man, you smoking crack. Get the fuck out of here. Man, what is y'all smoking on tonight? Y'all must be smoking K2. Get out of here, bro. Let me read some of these super chats. Doing bunny twerks for billionaires is crazy. Facts. That's a fact. That is crazy. Meek punch like he must say, Anon says, hey, AD, shout out to the new bag chasers. Shout out to the new chasers. That Dune 2 and IMAX is great and it should be experienced by anyone that loves movies. Yeah, I watched Dune 1. Dune 1 was slapping. I watched Dune 1 in the movies. I got to go see Dune 2. So, yeah, I'm going to go and see that at the show. I might go see that tomorrow and tell y'all, give you all my thoughts on that shit. Anwar Williams says, Ak is a necessary evil for the fake thugs. Agreed. I think that Ak is great at what he does. Brave Dave says, appreciate the shout. Always respect. Shout out to Brave Dave. I appreciate you. And make sure y'all tap into the Patreon, man. Let me play a little bit more of this.
stuck sounding old for dumb long. But it's the same thing when last night somebody hit me up saying that was I down to get on the phone with you. And I said, bro, I already did this. Like, why are we even talking again? And they say, no, Meek Mill didn't understand the internet. And I say, you mean a 45-year-old man, which, by the way, Meek, you call me old, but you older than me. You mean a 45-year-old man who been in this game forever don't understand the internet? What do you mean he don't understand? No, he thought you made it. What do you mean he thought I made it up? Are you dumb or stupid, Meek? So let's actually put some things into perspective if we're going to recap this whole thing. I've been told y'all, there's a couple niggas who are just the stupidest niggas in the game. Meek Miller's one nigga I nominate. He's the dumbest nigga possible. If you couldn't tell by his lack of grammar,
He don't got
if
no
you
respect.
couldn't tell by his lack of sense of
You don't have no
self-awareness,
respect for him, bro.
if you couldn't tell by how he carries himself on social media, how you the only nigga in hip-hop that killed your own career by how you tweeted, nigga? If you had given your fucking Twitter to a label like the majority of artists does, your career would have been much better. You tweeted yourself out your spot. Now you're going to make up all type of shit. Did you know this dumb nigga actually got online today talking about, yo, it was AI? The lawsuit is AI made up? Is this nigga dumb or what? Are y'all going to allow this to happen? This one stupid nigga. I'm telling you, all that tough shit he talking about, Meek, let me tell you when I stopped believing you, because you know what you're shocked about? You're like, oh my God. Well, I told him I'm gonna beat him up. Well, I seen you fight. You can't fight it. I'm down to squabble. You down? We can set up through Savage anything. You want to get up? You want to get some money? We can set up somewhere else. We can set up to Savage, just me and you. I'm down to squabble with you. I really don't think you can fight, and I really don't think you want no problems with me, and I really don't respect your hands, nothing. If you beat me up, so what? I don't care, but that's how much of a bitch I think you are.
Oh,
Let's talk about it.
you can't beat no vlogger,
I wouldn't say
man.
this to half the other niggas in hip-hop.
You can't beat no vlogger, man. I'm telling you. You can't beat a vlogger. It's impossible. Meek not even tough. He got Safari Jump and Game almost beat him up. You can't beat a vlogger, Joshua. For the people in the chat, listen, man. It's damn near impossible to beat a vlogger as a rapper. You can't win. You cannot win that you going to be there longer than they going to be there. And you got more of a loyal following than them.
I don't think they like you. I just think you a hoe. I'm sorry. So I'm at the point where I'm like, the nigga who I think can't fight, who think he got some money, but he not, like, nigga, you just, like 2 years ago, you was talking about you down to your last million. I remember you was sitting with Charlamagne looking all weak in the Bahamas. Like, damn. This is a nigga who think like, what, you got some money? Everybody got money. You a house slave now.
Oof.
You run around doing bunny hops.
Oof.
You go from here to there, nigga. I was at the Super Bowl, so was you. You was fixing Michael Rubin coffee, nigga. I seen it. It was in a box. I seen you, nigga. What is he doing? Is he fixing? Oh my God, Meek is over here. Oh Meek is over here fixing this nigga fucking coffee.
I can't.
Nigga, you like a
believe
house slave
this.
these days. What's
This
popping?
nigga has no respect.
So it's all good. Let's talk some facts, though.
He
Okay?
never had no. God damn it.
Here's the reality of things, people. Meek Mill is as delusional as they come. His issue, if you ask him with me, stems from years ago. He started getting to beef. By the way, I also blew up at that time. I'm not going to lie. That was a major moment. I know some of y'all keep saying war in Chirac, but the most major moment in me blowing up was 2015 when Drake and Meek beef erupted. I was the #1 person to report on it, and I reported on everything. During me reporting on that beef, I've never met Drake. I never talked to Drake. I had limited conversations even with people that was on his team. I spoke a lot to Meek Mill's team. Coon Philly, I don't know if you fuck with Meek anymore, but you remember those conversations. Through conversations with Meek and his team, I realized Meek Mill was nothing more. Not because he's rich means he has any type of smarts. He's in half an idiot. And I've always treated him like that because once you realize someone is barely, he's barely coherent and he's barely even barely legible and he could barely even write. So I'm like, all right, cool.
Jesus Christ.
So I'll tell you how I came to that conclusion. Meek Mill not understanding what internet culture is, which to me was shocking, because if you have been popping past 2013, your fans have never purchased a CD of yours, most likely. They have streamed your music. They have consumed it online. They have tweeted it. They have talked about it on social media. That's really how things go. But here's the problem with a nigga like Meek. He's stupid. He's stupid. And he thinks he's like a rapper in the 90s, or he thinks he's above everything and that people were always going to fuck with him. That's why when he fell off this time, he was so shocked. He never engaged with internet culture. Meek, I'm giving you, listen, I'm going to get to the roasting you, but I'm telling you why you fell off. I'm telling you why. Listen, I heard the whole situation from motherfucking Atlantic Records. They didn't want to renew your shit. They dropped you.
You can't win against these niggas, man. You can forget it. You can forget it. It's over. Somebody said, let's be honest, Ak is the same thing Meek is. A fake gangster who talk tough online but won't bust a grape. Ak don't say that he tough. I don't, where you get that from? I think that y'all just be making up shit, honestly. Ak never said that he was tough. He said he don't believe that you tough. And he willing to find out. And if he get beat up, then he'll just take his L and he'll admit it. But I've never, ever seen Akademiks say, yo, I'm tough. I've never seen him say that. DJ Ak got pressed by Saucy Santana, though. What do you mean got pressed? That's a whole fucking man. That's a whole man. Y'all acting like Saucy Santana is a woman. That's a man. Or a biological man, at least. Omni, shout out to Omni, says if Meek fights and wins, he beat a perceived weakling. If he loses or it's a close fight, he double loses. Meek actual wage and hurt his pockets. I don't think that Meek has got that type of money, though. I don't be believing these rappers like y'all be believing these rappers. Omni, y'all think that these rappers is getting crazy money. I think that it's a few of them that get crazy money. And I think that the rest of them is trying to hold on and figure out how they can hold their own. But let me see.
They dropped you like a bad habit. All this, I'm independent shit. Yeah, nigga, they said they wasn't going to sign you because they wasn't going to pay you what you were supposed to get. You know why? They knew you were a nigga who was too stubborn, a nigga who kept saying the streets, the streets, the streets. And at the end of the day, the streets don't buy your fucking records, nigga. It's them fans on the internet. But you didn't care about that. That's why you're sitting here like, I'm independent. I'm giving you the game. That's why you look fucking stupid. So let me continue the story. Meek's team tells me that the only reason why Drake is winning the beef is because Drake purchased 1 million bots. Does that sound familiar? Does anybody watch his timeline from yesterday? Has he said the same thing? Here's the sad part about it. He's been saying the same dumb shit for 10 years. That's why it's even more sad. He doesn't learn.
Shout out to Kenara Young. Kenara Young says, yeah, I listen to vloggers and podcasts, especially while working. music gets annoying sometimes. At least rap music does. Today's music is dumbing people down. And people ain't really fucking with music like they used to. That's why it's so hard for them to even make any money. They got to go on the road. They didn't always had to go on the road in order to make money. They always had to go on the road to make money. So I don't agree with the fact that y'all saying that vloggers. Now, and I agree with that last super chat, but I don't agree with all of these people acting like vloggers ain't more relevant than rappers. They absolutely are, 100%.
He doesn't understand internet culture. He doesn't know that the like if you understand internet culture, if people see you bothered by the trolling, they'll troll you more. He doesn't understand that if you're beefing with a popular rapper like a Drake, and basically they felt you caught an L because you're slow to respond and he had a hot song, they're gonna spam L's under your comments. This delusional motherfucker was literally saying, "Ak, could you change up the shit that I could win?" That's what this nigga's mad about. You know why it's so surprising? He's sucking Drake's dick now. Drake's bringing him out like a fucking baby. Drake brought him out in Philly like, yeah, look, remember when I killed your career? Look, they'll like you now. Come on, nigga. Come on. Hurry up. Yeah, that's Meek. Yeah, that's the nigga I killed. Yeah. All right, yeah, he's right there. Nigga, you loving it. Your career never been the same.
Disrespectful.
The boy killed your career, brought you back out, and my whole thing is you're smiling like a fucking fan with that nigga, but you're mad at me. But let's go back to the root problem of Meek Mill. He's a gangster who never has gangster energy with the people he should have gangster energy with.
And that's a fact. That's a fact. When everybody was sitting there waiting on him to go back and forth with Drake, that's not what he did. As a matter of fact, I seen Rick Ross get into a bigger beef as a result of being on Meek's team than I seen Meek actually stand up for himself when it comes to the beef. The only people, look, man, listen, y'all keep talking this gangster shit. The only person that I seen Meek get at was the Ghost Rider guy, Quentin Miller, and Safari. He jumped out on the Ghost Rider guy and the Safari dude. Why? Okay, so listen. So you went to jail based off of being on probation and getting caught doing a wheelie, right? And your homies that was all riding with you for clout beat up Safari and they jumped out on what's my man name? Quentin Miller, the Ghost Rider dude. Where are y'all getting all of this gangster Godfather shit from? Which, when you get to a certain age, you shouldn't be on that type of time. When do you evolve past that? When do you mature past the same? Even when listen, man, I like some of Meek's old stuff. Championships is always gonna be dope. The intro is always gonna be dope. Like, he has some timeless music and all of that stuff, right? But here's the thing, bro. Like, even if I listen to Meek stuff now, it's the same bars. Like, it's the same talking points, the same bars. It's no evolution. It's no growth. It's no none of that. It's the same thing over and over and over. I feel like I'm back in 2014 again. Every single time that I hear people talk, I hear the same bars over and over and over and over. And it's like, ain't nothing new, ain't no new flow, ain't no new nothing. It's just the same video, riding in a car, fancy car, see bike riders, doing wheelies down the street, motorcycle riders, ying, 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 ying. Or maybe you're on some Caribbean island or something like that, or some shit like that. It's the same shit. Ain't nothing creative, nothing new, nothing transformative. The same shit. Chains, cars, and it's rolling on my wrist. Same shit over, over, over again. Real talk, bro.
Drake, he couldn't wait for Drake to say, "Oh, I'm over it. We could be friends." Oh my God, Drake, I love you. I love you, Drake. I love you, Drake. I love you. Okay. The niggas in the city that been calling him out, from ARAB to all these other people, oh my God, he's acting like he don't know them. Even the nigga who's actually, and I'm gonna show y'all, has a picture with him, the nigga who sued him, he had no problem with. I equivalated, actually that's might not even be a word. Ugh. But Meek be mad at me over this whole situation. And I'm gonna go back and forth, just keep the timeline in your head. Meek be mad over me in the situation. It's like a nigga walking in the room, licking his hand and slapping the fuck out of Meek Mill. When he slaps Meek Mill, I'm like, oh shit! And I'm laughing. Meek is standing in front of the nigga who slapped him, but Meek turns to me and said, bitch ass nigga, what's so funny, nigga? What the fuck is so funny, nigga? What's up? What up? What you wanna do? What you wanna do? And I'm like, wait, are you mad at me for laughing or you're mad at the nigga who slapped you? The whole time he ain't acknowledging the nigga who slapped him. The whole time, you know how the story goes? Diddy gossiped to a man who's a producer, allegedly, that said he fucked Meek. Meek could have came out and said, what that bitch ass nigga Diddy talking about me for? Why the hell this bitch ass producer lying on me and Diddy? Never said none of that. You know what he said? Ak, you're the problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. I agree with Ak in this. I don't think that Ak is wrong per se. I think that Ak is just basically standing his ground and he's saying, listen, you're not going to bully me. You're not going to keep saying that you're going to do something to me. You're not going to keep threatening me on Twitter. And you're not going to keep talking shit to me. And so I'm finally standing up for myself and I'm standing my ground. What the fuck you going to do about it? That's all I see. Like, honestly, I don't see Ak getting out of hand or getting out of control or anything like that. I just see Ak standing his ground. I don't see the problem at all.